down south. Hood baby, hood baby. Make all the girls go crazy, go crazy.
Go stupid. You smart like an A+ student. Right now, looking for your love right now.
Yo, it's your boy Nick,
It's your boy Sammy.
and you already know, y'all. It's time to pump the brakes. I'm talking man. Anyway, bro, we on one today, man. Today we're gonna talk about vacation. We're gonna pump the brakes on vacationing in this time, this generation, man. So, Sammy, right off the bat, man, vacationing. You got any crazy vacation stories to kind of like jump off the podcast, bro?
No, I really don't have any crazy vacation stories though, but I have been on a good couple of vacations. So yeah, that's how I can.
Man, how does vacations make you feel like after you worked for, let's say, like 6 months and you finally get that 1 week off? Man, like, do you go crazy? Or are you more of a homebody, like you just rather be at home in your bed, watch movies? Or you rather be out at the bars, partying in a different country? Anything like, what is that to you, bro?
A vacation, yeah, I do like to travel, but I'm kind of one of those low-key travelers. Like, if I work for so long, when I do get that vacation, I'm trying to make it at least like 2 weeks. My first week, chilling, sleeping, building that energy back up. Then the second week, I can start going out, going to the little tourist attractions or whatever when I do travel. So then, yeah, that's how my vacation usually goes.
Man, for me, vacation, I honestly try to vacation whenever I can, man. Even if it's a weekend trip. I will say some vacations I am more of a homebody. Like, even if we do go to the beach or something, I want to sit on the couch, watch movies and stuff. Because I barely get to relax. You know, we do a physically demanding job. So I barely get time to relax my muscle groups. So I definitely feel like I like to pop out a lot, bro. But I in the middle kind of. I'm more of a homebody, depending on like what the situation is. Like, we done took several trips randomly over the weekends and stuff, and we enjoy doing that. But I definitely do enjoy going on like the cruises, going to different countries, seeing different things, man. Now when it comes to vacationing, bro, do you think we do it enough? Do you think like we get enough time to vacation, or do you think most people work more than they vacation, bro?
A lot of people work more than their vacation because it's like, the sad truth about it, a lot of people really work hard for their jobs or their companies, but they're not shown the right affection or treated the right way.
Yeah, I agree.
So for example, somebody go to work, they're always on time. They're always the first person there, last person to leave. They do the most at their job. But when that time comes, they be like, hey, I was wondering if I could take these 2 weeks off. Their boss is like, oh, no, I can't give you 2 weeks. I can give you 1, but I can't give you 2. We need you, man. We need you. I'm like, bro, that's kind of backwards. You can't be doing that to your best people, bro. You got to show those people affection and just be like, here's your 2 weeks. Have fun. And when you get back to work, hit the ground running again.
Got you. No, and I definitely agree with that. But more in today's generation, I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence because I feel like I can scroll down my timeline right now and I can show you 50 pictures of someone on vacation before I can hit somebody working. You know, I feel like in today's, like with people and social media and everything, like I feel like it's a non-stop travel. And I feel like I'm one of the only ones in my generation who is pulling a 9 to 5, bro. And I'm pulling a 9 to 5 with, you know, dreams and aspirations that is going to take me elsewhere. But also, you know, I feel like every time I look on my feed of anything, I feel like, oh, we in Miami with it, we in Vegas, you know. So, but I definitely do agree, and I want to hit on it later about the jobs and how they treat their employees when it comes to vacation and stuff. But before we get there, bro, what do you think about all these girls kind of getting like flued out, bro, like they on vacation? Like, I want to do a whole episode about this, but I want to touch on that topic real quick. Like, what do you think, bro? Like,
well, getting flued out is a whole different story. I don't know if you could call that, well, you can call that a vacation. But
it's a vacation, bro.
It's something like that. I don't know if you want to call it a vacation, but it's something like that.
You fly girls out, Sammy?
No.
All right.
Definitely
I'm just
not.
asking. I just thought I asked.
Can't do that. Won't do that. That's just not Me personally, in my opinion, that's not this most. Unless you are in that person or in a long distance relationship or whatever, if you really care for that person over, then by all means do what you got to do. And if you have the funds, let's not forget, if you have the funds, then do that.
You ain't never seen somebody on Tinder who was like, "Hey girl, I'll fly you out."
No, never.
I don't believe it, Sam. But anyway, but nah. So what do you think? Like, what do you consider flying out as? You know what they when they say when they be like, "I'm about to get flued out." You know what they going to do?
Right. They're
going to pick up that bag, bro.
Right. That's exactly what they're going to do. Or go and do something they're not supposed to be doing or whatever.
What do you mean they're not supposed to be doing that? You know, if you're a grown person and you decide that you want to take a trip to a random stranger, then that's something you should be able to do without judgment from Sammy.
Nah, it's not judgment for me. Definitely and foremost, it's not. Do what you gotta do. Do what you want to do. Spend your money the way you want to spend your money. Live the life how you want to live your life.
But why guys not getting flued out though?
I don't know. I won't be able to tell you.
So why are guys so thirsty and they're willing to fly a girl out, but none of the girls willing to pay for your boy's trip? I'm trying to get flued out, bro. Somebody fly me out. I ain't trying to do nothing, but just fly me out. I'm trying to see Vegas and stuff. All these girls getting flued out, and every time I see it, they on boats and yachts and stuff, and they in Florida and they in Mexico and everything, man. Fly me out. I'm trying to go to France. Fly me out to Paris, somebody.
I don't even think that's how it works anymore.
Oh,
I have yet to see or hear a dude talking about somebody flew him
it's
out.
not something I can sign up for?
Nah, I don't think
Man,
so.
I want to sign out. I want to sign up for the flued out program, boy. The FOP. I guess you gotta have a WAP to get FOP.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
All right, bro. Well, man, as I said, I was gonna come back to it later, man. Work, bro. Like, do you think they should make it a law where you have to send your employees on a vacation let's just say every 3 months? I feel like because if you have someone who's working and working and working and working and working, and especially in our profession where there's a bunch of guys, I feel like so much testosterone and stuff get pent up that like one day you got a person who's literally been working for 2 years, been saving up all his vacation days, and he just come in there, let's get ready to rumble.
Right.
Like
that part is like, it's crazy to me how people do that and people let that happen in terms of the bosses for these companies, because they never look. They say that they try to be involved, but they never look in to see what's going on. They go off of what somebody said. That's a supervisor's job. When a boss asks you who's doing it from who's doing this, that's your job to tell them that if someone's doing wrong, if someone's doing this, if they deserve this or this, that, and the third. So you got to get that in order first and foremost. And if you got to know what you do to request certain times off. You can't be like slouch person. Oh, I'm going to come in when I get there. I'm going to miss XYZ amount of days throughout the week. Oh, I'm tired, so I'm not coming into work today. And then don't turn around and try to be like, oh, can I get next week Tuesday off? And it's Monday. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, nah, I definitely feel that. I feel like on my end, I feel like it definitely depends on the stress level of the job. Like police officers, I feel like policemen, military, everything should have a vacation more often. Like I said, whether it's every 3 months is a mandatory, you take 2-3 days off or something. I feel like all of that would cut down, and I'm not saying it would like eliminate problems, but I feel like you wouldn't have people who are so upset and angry because they're coming to the same place every day, dealing with the same people and don't get a break from it. I feel like you wouldn't have as much aggression in the workplace if it was mandatory that you had something to look forward to. Like, hey, so-and-so, I seen you been getting frustrated, and as your boss, I want to keep this as a positive environment as I can. So we're thinking next week you take the first half of the week off. Don't worry, it's going to be paid. And, you just chill out because we see you've been here in attendance with us for the past 6 months. You haven't missed a day, and you seem to be getting a little irritated. Versus waiting for someone to come either to full blows with another person or for that person to take a vacation themselves.
Right.
Like, I feel like it's so much more we can do for each other as human beings before it gets to certain points. Like in school, they know that the teachers and the students, if you were to keep them in school for 180 days consecutively, it would be no more schools, bro. I'm sorry.
Right,
Like,
right.
if I was in school every day, no breaks until the summer, I probably would have had a teacher in a headlock, bro. A teacher and a couple of students, bro.
Facts. It really be like that sometimes, though. I think everybody just needs their time. That's what a vacation is. People just taking time for themselves. While they're spending it with their family, their friends, whoever. Just take your time to yourself. Even if it's not a vacation, you do got to do that sometimes. Like
Yeah.
on your day off, you go, you spend a couple minutes of quiet time, stay by yourself, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel that definitely. Now, what is the most beautiful vacation you've taken, bro? Like, what's the one place you've seen and you've went to and you've just enjoyed every moment of it, bro?
That's a very good question, though. I got to really sit there and think about that one, though. I would have to say when I went to Mexico, I think it was. Because it was really cool. It's like seeing a whole different culture of people. You see how they live their lives, where they live at, see how they live. Every day they wake up and do what they got to deal with every day.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty cool. It was nice. Went to the beach. That was some pretty beautiful beaches out there for real. So yeah, I would have to say Mexico.
All right. I've been to a few countries. I guess I'll share one like beautiful story because I got like two of my favorite places that I've been. But one kind of hits closer to like a more I learned so much on that trip. So I guess I'll start with that one. So for my very first cruise, we went on a Norwegian cruise. And it was a Christmas cruise, Christmas/New Year's. And I was just so happy to be on a cruise ship, you know, and it was so much to do. But we docked, and it was either Belize or Honduras. And we did a tour of the island, and we went to some pyramids and stuff. And we were taking photos, and these kids came up to us and asked us, did we want to pet an alligator? And I was like, I was jumping, I was scared and stuff, but I was like, oh, that's cool, you know? And so we were talking, and my parents gave them money for letting us pet the alligator and stuff, hold the alligator, take pictures with it and stuff. And when we gave him money, the kid kind of gave us a marble to keep for us. And I want to say the kid was around my age or a little younger than me, and I think I was about 12, 13 at the time. And literally the kid was like, he gave me a marble, and I was talking to him. And I was like, so what'd you get for Christmas? And I'm talking to him as if he's an American citizen, as if he's as privileged as we are over here, because my brain wasn't understanding where I'm at. I didn't know that I'm in an underdeveloped nation. My brain was just stuck on America as a whole. And so I definitely was talking to him, and he said that what he got for Christmas was the marbles that he was giving out. And he said that's the only thing that he had gotten for Christmas that year. And here it is. I'm thinking, well, at the time I know that I know about Santa
Right.
and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you didn't get no presents? Like, all you got was marbles? Like, I'm kind of, like, I guess my face at the time, I'm kind of equating it to Cole. But, like, he was just happy and pleased that he got something. And I feel like we take that for granted over here because we're like, marbles?
Right, you get something you don't want, you get that face. You
You get that, man, really?
Right,
Marbles?
right.
Marbles, really? No. Take the marbles back, give me a birthday.
Right, facts. It really be like that sometimes.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a beautiful learning moment for me, and I got some sense of like I was kind of glad that we could, and I gave him his marble back, just because I was like, oh, take your marble. Like I feel like that year like was one of my best Christmases. Like I got a cruise, but I got a Kindle Fire because those was like popping and stuff back then. I got shoes, clothes, a bunch of random toys, Legos, everything and stuff. So, like, I was like, yo, bro, don't give me your marble. Like, but at the same time, I didn't want him to think like I didn't want his marble. Like, take your dusty marble back. I was just like, I can't take this kid's Christmas toys.
present, right?
Like, that's his only one. It's not like he got 20 packs of marbles. He got 1 pack of marbles. But I feel like my most beautiful vacation would probably have to be it's between Turks and Caicos, and I'm just gonna say top 3: Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. I love Bahamas because we went to Atlantis, and that was an out of body experience. The whole slide through the shark tank and stuff. I thought I was gonna lose my life. I thought I was gonna fall into the shark tank. They got this one water park ride thing where you literally like start in a cave and they dump you out like 20 feet above water, and I was like, I don't think this would be regulated in the U.S. But Jamaica, beautiful island, man, beautiful island, great food. Aruba was actually pretty nice too, and I like Grand Caymans. But Turks and Caicos is something about that water and that white sand and just that loving culture. But I will say what I have learned outside of this country is just how disliked some of us as Americans are. No prejudices against me at all. And it seemed to help a lot because I'm of African American descent. I don't claim African American because I've never been to Africa. So I descend from America, but I'm a brown skinned person. So I definitely think that helped me a lot on the islands because I feel like they were giving me a lot easier time, especially like in the DR and then Turks and Caicos and stuff, because I got the same skin tone as them. So I definitely feel like they were messing with me. But I noticed like they really they swing it to some Americans, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, like watching some of that, it just opened up my eyes to how the world can be. And that's why I think like I'm big on loving everybody until you make me feel like I can't love you, bro. Like, but I feel like I don't know, between Jamaica and the Turks, bro, I think Jamaica might be at the top though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Jamaica might be at the top.
All right, so I got a question for you. What tips and tricks would you give to somebody that has never been out of the U.S. that wants to travel out of the U.S.?
Definitely. Are we talking about like from just any vacation standpoint, or like specifically like a cruise or anything? Because I feel like it's different directions for depending on what you're doing.
All right, I would say let's say a cruise, for example.
All right, so for a cruise, for instance, definitely make sure you get there about an hour or two early. Because you're going to pull up, they're going to take your bags, they got to check your bags and stuff. But the cruise terminals might be slightly worse than going through an airport. I'm not going to lie.
That is very true.
Definitely when you're in line, if you're a little younger or if you're single or something, bro, start scoping out who you trying to mingle with.
Right.
I'm not going to lie, like it might sound weird and stuff, but like if you can get a physical picture of like the type of people that's about to be on this cruise, you can already catch a vibe. Definitely, I would say take out the money that you plan on spending, take it out in cash, because these card fees and stuff across islands is not. I don't care what credit card. I don't care if you got Chime. None of that, bro. It ain't. Them fees are something serious. And cash speaks a lot more than credit and debit in other countries. I will say that. Definitely, if you're going on a cruise, I would definitely say to be ready to open your mind. And don't be the person who is in the cabin waiting for the Wi-Fi, and because even if you buy a Wi-Fi package, the Wi-Fi is not good, bro. You're in the middle of the ocean. There's no cell towers out there, bro. Just think about that.
Facts.
Like, so don't even waste your money on it. Just mentally prepare to be able to log out of your phone and log into life, log into enjoying so many different things. You get to do so much on a cruise ship, and it's nonstop fun. And for people who think you're gonna be motion sickness, like you barely feel this big boat moving. And it's like I said, it's so much to do, so much to occupy you that long as you're always doing something and you find people to do it, whether you bring people with you or you find friends on the cruise ship, if you find something to do, then you won't even feel it. But my number one thing that I want to tell people who is like first time cruisers or anything is, one, book your excursions before the cruise. Do not be on the cruise ship trying to find this, that. But also when you get to the island, beware of who you're getting these tours from. Like, it will be people waiting at the port and they will tour you straight into sex trafficking, bro. Like, I've heard about situations of people not showing back up. All right, so watch out. If you book it before and you book it through Carnival, they already have contracts with people out there who are legitimate businesses. If you get off the cruise ship and you decide to hop on somebody's tandem bike and ride off into the sunset, if you don't ride back, then that's your fault.
Right.
But between that and I would say, like, before you get on a cruise ship, you might want to do some exercise. You might want to drop 20, 30 pounds because you're about to gain it within the first, 2 days of being on the cruise ship, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like every cruise I've been on, I've at least gained 15 pounds and I ain't lost it yet. And I ain't even mad about it, bro.
Right. It really is like that sometimes. In terms of my tips and tricks on cruise ships, like you said before, be open-minded. Go prepare to have fun.
Yeah.
Prepare to meet new people.
Turn up.
Yeah, have a blast. You pay your money, We got this little saying, you pay your money, just, once you pay your money down, that's it.
Yeah.
And then don't be afraid to spend it either. You're going to make it back because you're already there. And if you did, don't go and, I wouldn't say spend your money, but don't do it just wildly when you end up not having any left at the end of the cruise or whatever.
Yeah, and that's definitely, ties in with the whole fact that I'm telling you take out cash before, because one, when you take out cash before, it gives you a kind of limit of how much you're able to spend. But also, like I said, U.S. dollars talk on some of these islands. Like, it's amazing some of the stuff you can get with the $20 bill,
right,
in U.S. currency.
Well, that goes back to also, you should know your conversions as well, your money conversions. Yeah. If you go into these different countries, you got to know how much is a U.S. dollar in those countries. And the next thing, be visual and understand, if you do pay them in U.S. money, unless you're trying to get like a souvenir, because I've been in a situation where they're giving me back that country's money and I kept it. But at the same time, you got to be visual. If you do want your change back, ask them for your change back in the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
Because if they're a tourist attraction, they should have U.S. dollars on hand.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel that. That was actually, I didn't even think about that. So that's like, because it's been a couple of times that I done gave like $5 for this or that, and I've gotten money back in that country's currency, but I didn't think nothing about it because I collect other countries' currency. I call it my spy kit, just in case I got to leave the country, But yeah, no, that's actually a great point. But also, keep your head on a swivel, man. Like I said, you as an American have a big target on your back. Like I said, some people get a pass just because of either their vibe or, they see you as one of them. But definitely don't get too comfortable. Keep your head. You got to remember, even though you're on vacation, you're in a different country. It's going to be people who don't like the country that you come from or who envy what you have in your country and stuff. And none of that is your fault, but you do kind of reap the dangers of that. So definitely keep your head on the swivel.
Right. And act like you have some home training or something like that. Don't be out there being all loud and belligerent and stuff like that.
But also, do not talk down to people just because they weren't raised in the conditions that you're raised in. Like I said, I feel like I learned that major lesson in Honduras with the kid with the marbles. Because it was a life experience. It wasn't something that was just told to me. It's something that I've seen firsthand. But treat everyone like they're a human being. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people yelling at people who work at like the resorts or people who are doing the excursions or, people who are literally out here making a living off of your tips, and you're getting angry at them and trying to treat them like a servant. But also on the cruise ships, man. And I understand because I've done it before and stuff. I understand you're on an all expense paid cruise and stuff, and most people go on cruise because you don't have to do anything. You get 24-hour room service. You can literally set your plate outside your door and someone will come pick it up. But don't treat the staff like they're the scum of the earth, man. Tip as much as you can. Definitely clean up behind yourself. Don't just be a pig and be a slop just because you can. Like, they won't mind it, but at the same time, how would you like it if you were doing that job?
Right.
You know, if you were cleaning up someone's room and every time you came in there,
It's like completely screwed
yeah, it's
up.
completely messed up and stuff, and you don't pick up your clothes or anything because you know that they're going to come in there and do it. That's kind of messed up. So, as a whole, I would like to say vacation more. Everyone needs to vacation more and learn something outside of their area. You know, don't be a hometown hero. Just go be Mr. Worldwide, bro. Even if it's something as small as you traveling to the next state over. Broaden your horizons, learn more than what you're in, because I feel like once you get stuck in one habitat and that's all you know, then you kind of become desensitized to the world, and all you know is where you're at, you know. You got to learn that there's more out there. Any closing tips?
No, that's about it for me.
Hey, man, you already know what I say. It's your boy Nick,
It's your boy Sammy.
and that's us pumping the brakes.